Hi, CIS 120 students. This is Donna Greer, your instructor for the fall 2014 quarter. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about the content of the web design course that you're going to be in for the next 12 weeks. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the job outlook for web developers. Here are some statistics from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Occupational Outlook Handbook for web developers. I'm going to read to you some of these statistics. About a quarter of web developers were self-employed in 2012. Non-self-employed developers worked primarily in the computer systems design and related services industry. The typical education needed to become a web developer is an associate's degree in web design or related field. Web developers need knowledge of both programming and graphic design. Employment of web developers is projected to grow 20% from 2012 to 2022, faster than the average for all occupations. Demand will be driven by the growing popularity of mobile devices and e-commerce, of course. The median annual wage for web developers was $62,500 in May of 2012. All right, I wanted to go over a few areas of how to have a successful web design course. Read. Hope you can read my read sign. Read the syllabus. Read the syllabus. It will be your guiding tool. When it's loaded into Joule, it more than likely will not be updated after it's uploaded. Once it's in there, it's kind of a static document that's not revised in any way. So the next thing that you need to read on a weekly basis is the weekly overview and assignments. This will give you your guidance on the reading assignments, the assignments that you will be creating and uploading, and any other tidbits of information on the content that's being covered for that week. And, of course, the textbook. You're not going to be able to do without your textbook for this course, mainly because you will be, the assignments that are in that textbook, you will be using to create the HTML code for web pages. So what you're going to need to do is, if you're not familiar with web design at all or HTML code, you're seriously going to have to read the textbook. A textbook is not a hard textbook to read. It's a pretty good basic skills building textbook. So what you'll need to do is read the assignments from the textbook. The next area I wanted to talk about is proofreading your work. You're going to be spending quite a bit of time creating HTML code. And if you know anything about even using the address bar in a web page, if you type in an address incorrectly, it will not give you the web page that you desire. So the same is true with HTML. You're going to have to type it in correctly to get the results that you need. So when you get done typing, you need to proofread it, because it'll save you time if you can catch it before you upload it using the FTP application to the student server, or just viewing it in a web browser. If you proofread first and catch the mistakes and then upload it, you'll be saving yourself some time. All right, next, following directions. I've kind of said this already. You want to make sure that you're reading carefully the instructions that are given to you or the directions that are given to you, either in instructions that I've given to you or the textbook is giving you. You need to read them carefully and slowly. This is not a good class to skim over information and say, oh, I'll just do it this way and it'll be just fine. No, it won't be. You're going to have to follow the directions, the instructions to be able to create successful web pages. All right, so if you come, you're headed in the right direction, you're following the directions, and you come upon a problem. First thing I want you to do, and any good IT technician, admin, whatever, will problem solve, will use their critical thinking skills to problem solve the situation and figuring out what the next step should be. If you've looked at it and you can't figure it out, then contact me as quickly as possible, guys. You don't want to wait to contact me in week 3 about week 1 assignments. You will get so far behind in what you're doing that it'll be very hard to dig yourself out of that rabbit hole that you've gotten yourself into by not asking for help in the first place. First, problem solve. Sometimes it's a simple mistake that you can correct on your own, and then you won't need to take the time to contact me. But I'm always willing to help. So if you can't solve it on your own, then contact me and we'll solve it together. All right, so I've given you some clues about this course. You'll be busy writing HTML code. I've already told you about that. Since this is a 100 level class, although it is a very skills intensive class, you will be doing like review questions and assignments like that, but you will be doing the hands-on assignments in the textbook, which involves coding. So you'll get plenty of practice with that. And then also there is the individual case project, which is where you get to decide what website you want to build. If you've always thought about building a website for one reason or another, this would be a good opportunity to be able to do that. So what I have to say about the individual case project is I will give you specific instructions and overview and assignments on, whether an assignment needs to be uploaded to the student server using Fire FTP. But you will be using those things, and you would be using those things if you were on the job and you were creating web pages. So you'll get some good practice creating HTML code and understanding it, and then uploading it using an FTP application and placing them on a server just like you would in a real work situation. So I think that's about all I have to say. I am happy to see all of you here, and I'm looking forward to helping you build your website and having you learn about HTML coding.